John Miller was born into a working-class family in a small town. His early life was marked by struggles. His parents worked long hours to make ends meet, but despite their best efforts, the family often lived paycheck to paycheck. John's childhood was filled with challenges, and it wasn't long before he found himself on the streets. With no proper education or financial support, John was forced to learn how to survive on the streets. Living on the cold, unforgiving streets was difficult, and John quickly understood that survival wasn't just about food and shelter. It was also about mental strength. He learned how to beg for food, how to find shelter, and how to get by day, living with nothing but the clothes on his back and a small cardboard sign that read, "Anything helps." In these early years, John was often overlooked and ignored by the people around him. He was invisible, just another face in the crowd of homeless individuals trying to make it through the harsh realities of life. He didn't have access to any formal education, no guidance, and no support system. For John, the struggle was a daily routine, one that seemed never-ending. However, it was during this time of hardship that John began to observe the world around him in a new way. He watched how people interacted, how businesses ran, and how opportunities presented themselves. While he couldn't yet see the way out of his predicament, he knew that there was something out there beyond the street life. It was during this time of reflection that his journey to transformation began. One day, as John sat on the sidewalk, hoping for a few coins, a businesswoman walked by and dropped $1 into his cup. As she did, she glanced at him and said, "Don't let this be the end for you." Those words were simple, but they struck John with an unexpected force. It was as if someone had seen him, truly seen him for the first time. Her words stuck with him, and John began to think about what he could do to change his life. He realized that the key to getting off the streets wasn't just in survival, it was in opportunity. This idea became the seed for a vision that would take time to fully grow. But it marked the turning point in John's life. John had no resources, but he did have an unwavering determination to turn things around. He knew that success wouldn't come easy, and it wouldn't happen overnight. But for the first time, John felt hope. He started reading everything he could find, from self-help books to business magazines. His goal was simple: to learn. He wanted to understand how people became successful and what he needed to do to follow in their footsteps. John made a commitment that from that moment forward, he would change his fate. It was going to take time, but he was willing to do whatever it took. He knew that survival was no longer enough. He wanted to build a future, one where he wasn't just surviving, but thriving. John's journey from homelessness to wealth didn't start with a grand plan or investment. It started with small steps that built on each other. The first thing he did was get a job. It wasn't glamorous. He started working at a fast food restaurant. The pay was minimal, but it was a start. For John, it wasn't about the job. It was about proving to himself that he could work hard and earn an income. As he worked his shifts, John made a habit of speaking to the customers. He was friendly, always engaging with them in conversation, learning about their lives, and asking questions about what they did for a living. Over time, these conversations helped him gain valuable insights into various industries and professions. This was John's version of networking, and it turned out to be crucial in his journey. But John's work didn't stop at the fast food restaurant. He spent his free time studying, learning about business, marketing, and finance. He often visited the library, reading books on entrepreneurship, starting small businesses, and building wealth. Slowly but surely, he began to absorb the knowledge that he knew would one day help him escape the cycle of poverty. One day, he realized that the fast food job was just a stepping stone. It wasn't going to be the path that would lead him to the kind of success he wanted. John needed to start thinking bigger. He needed to find a way to use his newfound knowledge to start his own business. John's big break came when he noticed something many others overlooked: the waste that was generated by the fast food industry. Every day, tons of food packaging, plastic utensils, and other disposables were thrown away. He realized that there had to be a way to reduce this waste and create something sustainable out of it. After months of research and brainstorming, John came up with an idea: a company that could recycle fast food waste into eco-friendly products. He envisioned turning discarded plastic and paper into reusable, biodegradable items. This business would not only help reduce waste, but also cater to the growing demand for sustainable products. He didn't have money to invest, so he turned to crowdfunding. John pitched his idea to the public, sharing his story of struggle and resilience. People were moved by his journey and the innovative concept he had developed. The campaign was a success, and John raised enough money to get his business off the ground. Starting a business wasn't easy, and John faced numerous challenges. Along the way, there were many sleepless nights, doubts, and obstacles. The road to success was filled with rejections, disappointments, and setbacks. But John didn't give up. The first few months were particularly difficult. Many investors rejected his idea, skeptical that a former homeless man could successfully run a business. But John didn't let the rejections define him. Instead, he took each no as a lesson, refining his business plan and learning how to pitch his idea more effectively. Eventually, his persistence paid off. He landed a meeting with a major investor who believed in his vision. The investor saw the potential in John's eco-friendly business and decided to provide the funding needed to take it to the next level. With the investment secured, John was able to hire a team and scale his business. His company started producing eco-products made from recycled fast food waste, and the response from consumers was overwhelming. More and more people were eager to buy sustainable products, and the business quickly grew. John focused on building a strong brand around the idea of sustainability, emphasizing the environmental impact of his products. He marketed his brand as a solution to the growing environmental crisis, positioning his business as one that was not only profitable but also socially responsible. As demand for his products increased, John expanded his operations, opening new facilities and hiring more employees. His company became a leader in the eco-friendly industry, and with each new contract and partnership, John's wealth grew exponentially. The story of John's rise to wealth wasn't just about business acumen or having a great idea. It was about persistence. John's success came from his refusal to give up. Even when things seemed impossible, when he had nothing but the clothes on his back and a dream in his heart, John never lost sight of his goal. He was constantly learning, evolving, and adapting to new challenges. He sought out mentors who could guide him, and he never stopped seeking opportunities. Whether it was reading books, taking courses, or attending seminars, John always kept improving his skills and knowledge. His persistence paid off when his company went public. After years of hard work, his eco-friendly business was valued at over $100 million. John's story went viral, and he became an inspiration to millions around the world. John's success didn't just stop at personal wealth. He also used his newfound fortune to give back. He established a foundation to help homeless individuals, providing them with the tools and resources they needed to transform their lives. Just as he had done, he invested in programs that offered job training, housing assistance, and educational opportunities for the homeless. He also created scholarships for young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, giving them the chance to attend college and pursue their dreams. John's story became a symbol of hope, showing that no matter how difficult the circumstances, anyone could rise above their situation with determination, hard work, and the will to succeed. Today, John Miller is a recognized entrepreneur, philanthropist, and speaker. His story has inspired countless individuals around the world to believe in themselves, no matter their circumstances. He has spoken at conferences, appeared on television shows, and written a best-selling book about his journey from homelessness to success. John's company continues to thrive, and his products are sold worldwide. He has become a beacon of hope for those who feel trapped in their circumstances, showing them that with perseverance, anything is possible. His legacy is not just about the millions of dollars he made, it's about the lives he changed along the way. Through his foundation and his personal efforts, John has shown that wealth is not just about money, it's about using your resources to make a difference in the world.